Welcome to episode 2, The Anticipation. With all the hours, days, and weeks spent preparing, we finally get to hit the woods. These hunts may be better spent going over tactics and setups than actual hunting, but it feels great to be donning the camo and climbing a tree. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. It's finally here. 21 deer season is upon us. God, it feels like yesterday we were out here starting our food plots, and it's already September 18th, and we're gonna get out there. Marilyn's gonna have the bow. I'm just gonna take a camera with, and we're hope for some magic. But it's opening weekend. I always let you guys know, like, these first couple outings are just to get ourselves figured out. You know, figure out the pack that we want to use this year and how we want to set up and get going. So don't expect too much, but there are like 5 or 6 does out here every single day, so I'm sure we'll see some deer today. It's just a matter of not scaring them, and maybe we'll get lucky and see a buck, but we got to finish getting ready, and then we got to head out to the stand for the first time in 2021. So without further ado, let's get dressed. Let's get out in the woods. Let's get out there. Our opening weekend was a bit of a bust. But as I always say, an opening weekend is for practice, a test run, testing equipment, tactics, trails, and stands. With our testing behind us, the following week proves to be much more special. We have family coming from California to join us on our very first hunt, and it proves to be our first close call of the year.
Everyone say hi to Cindy. First time ever gonna go sit in the woods for fun.
For fun.
While we're all set up, I walked Marilyn and Cindy out to their stand this morning, and I think we might have spooked a deer when we got to the stand. But it also could have been a cow. Like, I'm just not positive. Also, the wind's kind of swirling today, is what I just realized. So, we'll see how it goes. I'm not too concerned with spooking any deer this early in the season. For one, there's no big bucks on camera, so I'm not concerned with one of them showing up and getting spooked today. I just want them to see some deer. So. It's below 40 degrees in September. You never know what'll happen. Hopefully we see some deer. But I'm gonna shut up now, and we'll see how things go. Do a couple practice pulls in here, because I don't know how it's gonna go. If I'm gonna have to stay sitting or if I'm gonna have to stand up. We'll see. Just walked off that trail 5 minutes ago, and he's at the opening of it making a scrape. Oh, if he follows that all the way back, Marilyn's gonna have a shot.
Good morning. So we're here at the tree stand with my childhood best friend Cindy. So we got up here. I was still working on setting up, and I heard branches breaking behind me. So I stopped, and I was just trying to pit and see if it was a squirrel or a deer. Well, it was a deer. I could see it walking behind, well, to my right, and I couldn't tell. It was still too early. I couldn't tell if it had antlers or not. until it was too far. After I finished setting up, then I look at my phone and Aaron has already texted me and said, you know, big buck, stand up. But I was already standing. I was just stuck because I had no idea where the buck was after that. So, nothing else yet. Keep you updated.
The rest of the morning goes as expected. The does make their way through, feeding to the food plot. Small buck makes his way by. An overall entertaining morning for everyone. Another 5 minutes or another 5 yards, and Marilyn could have connected on her first buck ever. As we move forward with a week of life and bad weather, the next time we hit the woods is October. We take advantage of the time we have and make a few adjustments. Our first real hunt from the blind proved to be an entertaining one. We start out by adding rubber to the floor of the blind, and it's not too long before the does are moving through and feeding in our food plots. But as always with this time of the year, the leaves are starting to turn and the weather is starting to cool. Our eyes are locked on the weather app to determine our next move. The early season major fronts and temp drops are everything in October. If you see a cool day coming, you gotta be in the stand. Welcome back to another episode. Today we have the first day of about a 20-degree drop in temperature, so I have to get out today. I didn't want to go hunting this morning. I went to bed at about 2.5 hours ago, and now I'm up, and we're gonna get out in the woods and observe. Today I'm gonna sit in where we moved the newest tripod box stand that we have. We bought it last year and put it up by the pines. We moved that this year. We brushed it into a pretty good spot overlooking a food plot. Today I'm gonna sit there and just see what it's like. See if we need to make any adjustments. It's still early in the season. So, with any cold front, if you will, you got to get out and go hunting. It was 80 degrees just a couple of days ago. Then it kind of got cloudy, cooled down one night, and then it rained all day yesterday. Downpouring, lightning, thunder. It was pretty bad. I do expect this specific spot to be mostly a rifle spot, but there is potential to have some pretty good deer within bow range. So anyway, that's enough rambling from me. I'm gonna go ahead and get changed and start walking out in the woods. What time is it right now? It is 5:55. I wanted to start walking at about 6:15, so I got a few things to gather, and let's go get out in the blind today, shall we? Let's get it. I saw some deer. I'm pretty sure they got spooked by Dad on his way out. But they calmed down when they got to the tree line over here, went into the pines. Maybe it'll just stir something up. Something else will come out. Alright. Dad and I split up tonight. There's just not enough room in that blind for 2 people. He's overlooking the food plot they feel safe in. There's a deer in it 10 minutes ago before we walked out, so I'm feeling really confident about that spot tonight. Fingers crossed. tonight's set up for failure for me. I had to re-sight in my bow for some reason. It was off by 20 yards. I lost 2 arrows. I was like, whoa. I lost one. Hit the top of the target. I was like, ah. Deer coming.
The weather front, although not a complete waste, it did not live up to expectations. We definitely noticed more movement than usual, but no mature bucks showing up yet. However, we just keep our heads down and we keep moving forward. The early season is never a sign of what a season will shape up to be. This year definitely proves that. But after a few more uneventful sits, the next sit is anything but.
I think that's what I gotta do, right? Get down and try to get him on the other side of the fence. Let's see. Alright. Fun. Let's keep hunting, I guess. I don't know how much you guys are gonna be able to see, but I started walking towards that calf and he launched himself into the fence. That cow one had nothing to do with me. We'll see if we see any deer now. Unbelievable. I have no words.
After the calf encounter, a few deer still make their way by me. But with that weird hunt behind us, we know things are starting to heat up. Bucks are showing up more and more on the cameras, and the first arrow is fired for the 21 season on the next episode of The Debrief.